Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live hosted by me, Mr. Philly. And today we got a good one for you today, guys. We're making pork chop sandwiches. So, a little bit about this. I didn't know, I just randomly looked up, on Wikipedia or, Google, and I asked, are pork chop sandwiches a thing? What can you do with pork chops? Because, my mom, we had this discussion the other night. She said she doesn't like pork chops, but she made them several times when I was a kid. I remember her making them, and I've only eaten them with other people at their houses and everything. But I was like, and I made them several times on my lives or my shorts too, also on my channel. But my thing is like, what can you do with pork chops? If you flavor them and season them well, they're actually pretty fire, honestly. And so my thing is that like, I gotta go check on my bacon. Like I was just looking up, can you make pork chop sandwiches? That's what I wanted to know. And I looked it up. I was like, yeah, pork chop sandwiches are actually a thing, and they're more of a regional thing. And Chicago actually does have all. And there's a place in Chicago that makes Chicago style pork chop sandwiches, and then there's the Southern type, which is fried. And that's what we're making today. We're making the fried. I would have made the Chicago style, and at some point we will. But I wanted to do a little bit more work. I wanted to challenge actually a little bit. This the regular pork chops that I saw were very easy to make. And but I just really wanted to challenge. And there's also another staple in Montana, Butte, Montana. They actually all have a kind of a southern style. And but the one I'm using is more of a southern style. And I just found this recipe from another YouTuber, and it looks really, really good. So with this recipe, we also made some hot sauce glaze that's going to go on top of it, some honey, and whatever hot sauce that you have. And then we also made some chipotle, no, not sriracha mayonnaise. Just take some sriracha sauce and mix it with mayonnaise. That's it. And then also we have pork chop. A lot of recipes tell you to use bone-in pork chops because they're more juicier, more tender. But we're just using regular pork chops. I think for the southern style, you can use regular pork chops. You can use whatever pork chops you have on hand, but like bone-in pork chops is normally the way to go from the research that I've done. So anyway, I am making pork chop sandwiches. So yeah, give me a moment, guys. All right, you want to come with me? We're going to go check on my bacon. And we're going to put some bacon on it. And it's just really you just make this one just like a burger basically, and you can put tomatoes on it, lettuce, which is we're going to do. We don't have a tomato, but we're going to put some bacon on it too, though. I just want to be fancy and put some bacon on that. All right, bacon's almost done. All right, here we go. All right, so yeah, like I said, we made some sriracha mayonnaise for this, and we also made some hot buffalo sauce glaze with buffalo sauce and honey. And you can use whatever hot sauce you have. So yeah, it's kind of like a wing sauce, and we're just drizzle that on as it's done. But so for the pork chops itself, and for the southern style pork chops, what you normally would do is soak it in buttermilk and salt, pepper, and then put some mustard on top of it, and then throw and pound it out, obviously, and then throw it in some buttermilk. Buttermilk will make it actually more tender. So yeah, we've been soaking this in our buttermilk for a little while, and then you're also for this recipe, we're gonna after it's been soaking in buttermilk for an hour, so now we're gonna put in some panko breadcrumbs. So you can use whatever breadcrumbs you have, but this recipe called for Italian breadcrumbs. So anyway, all right, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna soak the rest of them in our Italian breadcrumbs. I gotta soak them back in buttermilk so they're more sticky. All right, here we go, and drizzle all the excess off. There we go. All right, so now we're just gonna drizzle or in bread all our the rest of our the rest of our pork chops and some panko breadcrumbs. I think I need some more. And this is Italian breadcrumbs. And this is for this recipe. I think I would have used regular breadcrumbs, but this recipe called for Italian. So anyway, hey, how you doing there, Bryson? How are you? Nice to meet you. I'm making pork chop sandwiches, and they're gonna be fire. You know me. I mean, like, name a recipe, I'll cook it to a 5-star perfection. I just started looking up, like, basically, sorry that late. I said, pork chops. I made pork chops not too long ago, and I made a live about it. And I was like, what can you do with pork chops? If they're seasoned well, they're actually pretty good. So I looked up and I was like, our pork chop sandwich is a thing, and this is what I came up with. So yeah, pork chop sandwiches are a thing actually, but they're more regional in certain states. So yeah. All right, I need some more breadcrumbs. There we go. All right. For the rest of our breadcrumbs on that. There we go. And we also have our oil. That is cooking over there, and I think it's actually at the right temperature, well over 350 degrees. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna drizzle this a little bit more. Oh, and then before you do that, you should pound them out because they're pretty thick. Just like you do chicken, pound it out, and then put whatever seasoning you want on. I use salt and pepper, and the steak seasoning that I'm addicted to now, which is what's that called? I'll go look for it. Texas Roadhouse has their own seasoning. My parents love going there, and I'm kind of addicted to it now, and I've been using it on a lot of my meats. And yeah, and then, but you can use whatever seasoning you want. But like, yeah, before I put them in buttermilk, I season them with this, and then salt and pepper, and then oh no, not salt and pepper, but because this has salt and pepper in it. But I also put MSG on it too, and that's what the recipe called for. And I also I'll say I will say this seasoning is really good. I mean, it really depends on what you're making, but I think the seasoning is really good. I've been putting on a lot of things that I make. So yeah, Texas Roadhouse seasoning. They make their own seasoning and it's actually pretty good. So anyway, so yeah. But I put them in buttermilk because buttermilk makes it more tender. All right, there we go. All right, let's dress this with some breadcrumb, with the rest of our breadcrumbs. There we go. Oh, well, we need more. There we go. Sorry, guys. My kitchen is under renovation right now, and I apologize. Everything's all over the place. But anyway. All right, let me go wash my hands really quick. Ureli, nice to meet you. Sorry about that, good. Whoop. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, I just and I just normally I just go by what name that you have on YouTube. So yeah, I mean I don't know anybody's real name. Sometimes people have their real names associated with their YouTube account, but sometimes people don't. A lot of times they don't. So yeah, and a lot of times I can't even pronounce it because it's a really weird name or whatever. But yeah, I'm going by what YouTube, your YouTube channel names, because that's all I know you by, when somebody comes on my channel. So anyway, all right, guys, we got our pork chops here, breaded, and we also we brine them in some buttermilk for a little while. So yeah, it's yeah, they look really good, and we're about to throw them in our oil over there, and you can use whatever oil you have. I used peanut oil today. My parents are real health nuts. They use peanut oil. They do not use vegetable oil. They use peanut oil or avocado oil. So anyway, that's what we're doing. All right, so we're about to throw these bad boys in the oil and then fry them up until they're golden brown, and then we're gonna bread them, and then we're gonna assemble them. So, all right, guys, give me a moment. I'll be right with you guys. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. All right, there we go. All right, we got our. All right, we probably fit one more in there. All right, we got our. All right, we probably fit one more in there. There we go. That's awesome. Passing through. Oh wow. Have fun with that. You should post your dancing classes. I would love to see that. More about belly dancing. I think that's pretty cool, though. You know. So yeah, but that's up to you. But yeah. So we're making pork chop sandwiches today, and yeah, we're about to fry. We're frying them up. I probably have to turn the heat up a little bit, but yeah. And I just saw a really interesting concept with pork chops, and I had to make it. You know me. So yeah, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be delicious. Oh crap, my bacon's pretty much done. Oh, I need to get my bacon out of there. So yeah, we're making the pork chops, and there's Southern style, and then there's also Chicago style, and then there's one in Montana. So yeah, Silly Smith, how are you? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. We're making pork chop sandwiches. Well, you know me, obviously. Of course, I'm going to save you one. You know it. I got to turn the heat up a little bit. This is a little bit more. Here we go. Oh, there we go. So anyway, all right. And there's what's our one left breaded pork chop. I can't fit it in there, so yeah. Pork chop sandwiches. Stick around for the taste test. Have fun with your class. But yeah, I hope you see the taste test. I think these are going to be amazing, honestly, because I'm going to put bacon on top of them, and I'm going to put sriracha mayo, and then what do you call it? I have like this buffalo sauce glaze that I made, and I just ripped this one from YouTube, another YouTube channel, this recipe. So yeah. But yeah, I just saw a concept of, what you can do with pork chop sandwiches, and I just had to make it basically. I was like, yeah, pork chop sandwiches are a thing. So I was like, holy crap. My mom told me you should just make schnitzels, oh, I'm saying it wrong. Schnitzels, which are pretty much the same concept. But we probably will make that here soon. I mean, you don't have to actually bread them. That's a southern style, but you can just make them as they are in oil, and and the Chicago style is you just fry them up, and then you put onions and peppers on it and mustard. Oh my gosh, and they look fire. But yeah, I think we will make that. But that was a little easy recipe. I want a challenging recipe. Me. I like a little bit of a challenge. Anyway, but I also, one thing that I forgot to mention, I soaked them in mustard too. So yeah, this recipe called for soaking them in mustard. I know you won't. Cheers, Esther. All right, maybe it's time to flip these guys. Well, it's time to take my bacon off though. Get my bacon out of there. Oh, here we go. Oh, bacon. Bacon. Oh, there we go. Oh, bacon's definitely done. Doesn't that bacon look good? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Drizzling juicy bacon. Mmm. Anyway, I gotta put you guys down for a second because I need two hands to pick this up. Well, you go back to your class. Don't let me interrupt you, okay? Make a tutorial video for me. I'll see you soon, though. I don't want it to interrupt you. Bye. I mean, sorry. All right. All right. I think it's about time to flip these guys just to see. Just wait till they're golden brown, and that's when you pick them off, basically. Just like, you would fry anything. Same frying method. Oh, yeah. They look good, though. Don't they look delicious? Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Bye, Esther. Sorry. I feel bad. I didn't want to take you away from your job. That's all. I'll see you soon, though. All right. try the bacon. Oh man, I want a piece of that bacon. Cheers. Mm. Mm. Oh yeah, so good. Hey. So also, this recipe too. I mean, like when you are using buns or whatever, you can use whatever buns you have. But yeah, hamburger buns. You can just make this like a hamburger. And a lot of recipes that I saw that just use regular hamburger buns. I'm using sweet onion today, or sweet Hawaiian, because I like that sweetness in the bread. I had some brioche buns; they're good too. Brioche and sweet Hawaiian are my favorite. So yeah, and we also made some sriracha mayonnaise. Because that's what this recipe called for. So I think it's gonna be really good. Right. Oh, this is gonna be so good. I promise you. This smells good. I wish you guys could smell this. Smells so good. Anyway, how's everybody's day going? Everybody having a good day? All that fun stuff, Any have any fun plans for the weekend or what? As you can see, this is what I'm doing for the weekend. I'm definitely gonna hopefully try. Well, I'm hopefully gonna try to go swimming tomorrow, and then I'm also gonna try to do some fishing content tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. Oh man, I can't wait to taste this with you guys. So just waiting for us to be golden brown, So yeah. Okay, it's getting there. It's getting there. We're getting there. Oh yeah, we're getting there. Sorry, I'm just flipping these dudes. All right, guys, give me a second. I'll be right back. pork chop. There's one. And we're gonna do a double pork chop because I like double cheeseburgers. So I'm gonna do the same thing with my pork chop concept. All right, we need some cheese, but on there too. Just make it like a pork chop. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Okay. I mean, how are you? Are you doing all right? I got some pepper jack cheese here. Like I said, I'm gonna put some lettuce on it too. Yeah. Hmm. I mean, normally I don't see cheese on these recipes, but I wanted to add cheese. I want to make it like a burger. That's just me. Here we go. All right. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. So amazing. Hello, Natasha. How are you? Nice to see you again. All right. So now we're gonna drizzle a little. Well, actually, before we should put the cheese on, we're gonna drizzle a little of our glaze on there. Our glaze is basically whatever buffalo sauce or wing sauce you have, and then with some honey. Oh my gosh, there we go. Beautiful, right? Isn't that beautiful? I'm gonna put that outside. I'm gonna put it on this one too. Oop, cheese is starting to melt. There we go. Oh yeah, drizzle that. Oh my gosh, delicious. Still looks delicious. There we go. Oh what? Put cheese back on that. There we go. All right. Oh yeah. And now we're gonna assemble. Oh yeah. Oh wait, no. Now we need so. Oh, we also have some sriracha mayonnaise on that. Pork chop sandwiches. We're gonna put some lettuce on there. I'll be right with you guys. Right with you. I don't like using iceberg lettuce. I use like spring mixes, and then I also use, and you can also put tomato on this, just like a burger, basically. But I always use romaine lettuce or spring mixes or spinach. Iceberg lettuce sucks. It's just green water. That's all it is. Absolutely. I know it's gonna be yummy because I'm making it. All right, there we go with our lettuce, and we have sriracha mayonnaise on there. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. Does that look good or what, guys? Does that look amazing? Oh yeah, there we go. Let's cut that bad boy in half. Put a double one on there. There we go. Oh yeah, looks amazing, doesn't it? All right, let's go get a knife and cut that in half. I'll be right with you guys again. All right, guys, I'll be right with you. There we go. All right. Oh yeah. Doesn't that look amazing? There we go. All right, let's do the taste test, and I'll give you my thoughts and my ratings. There we go. Mm. 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 Tastes like $1 million. Mm. Mm. I'm so glad that I put them in buttermilk because that tenderness really paid off. Mm. That's different, and the bacon, oh, that's like icing on the cake. Mm. Oh, you got that tenderness of the pork, and you got that seasoning, and you also got that hot sauce. Is just oh man, I want to drizzle some more on there. Oh yeah, drizzle some more hot sauce. Oh yeah, beautiful. Mm, mm. Wow, that's so good. Hot sauce goes really well. I think I like the fried version. I mean, I'm gonna try the Chicago style here soon at some point. But yeah, I do like the fried version. Is really good of pork chops. Fried pork chops. Mm, I like spicy stuff. That's why I followed this recipe with the spicy sauce. Like wings, and I think barbecue would do really well too. But yeah, oh man, that is 5 stars all day. Mm. All right, guys. Well, this was a success. I saw a concept and I had to try it. Fried pork chop sandwiches. Oh my gosh. They are killer. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh my gosh. No, so tender. 5 stars all day. Boom. Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to like and follow. I got to get some cleaning to do. So yeah, I'll be right with you. I'll see you guys soon. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Fried pork chops are pretty amazing. The Sergeant style is my go-to. All right. We'll see you guys soon. Bye. As always, happy cooking.